The preview championship Sunday. First game, NFC championship, Green Bay, Chicago. You think about rivalries. You think about old school football. You get no more old school than Green Bay, Chicago. These two teams have played more than these two teams in the NFL history. I think they said it was over 182 times they've played, and this is only the second time they played in the playoffs. So this is it's kind of a historic game. What do you guys feel will be the difference? The outcome in this game. What's the key for the Packers? What's the key for the Bears?
Whoever makes the least amount of mistakes, whoever has the least amount of turnovers.
That's what scares me about Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Because this is a big moment, you know what I'm saying? Makes me wonder where his head's going to be at, what game plan March is going to have from him. I think the Bears need to run the ball or just control the ball long enough to keep Aaron Rodgers off the field, to at least for the Bears to win it. Maybe get a special teams touchdown, and of course, play some hella D.
Yeah, I think it's going. Both of these teams have a tendency to get pass happy, so I think the team that can establish the running game the most, I think will come out the victor. Lately the Packers have been pretty balanced, so right now, so I guess I have to lean towards the Packers because of that. But the Bears are more balanced too than they've been as the season's gone along. So I think I think whoever can establish the running game the most. I mean, I don't think either team's gonna be able to run the ball effectively, but at least enough to keep the
defense all honest.
To keep the defense honest. The one advantage I think the Bears do have, the Bears can get a pass rush without blitzing.
Yeah, Julius Peppers.
Yeah, unlike the Packers, and sometimes that blitzing gets you in trouble. But the thing about it is, other than they don't really have a deep. Bears don't really have a receiver that you can say scares you.
Well, I mean, maybe Devin. This thing, guys, maybe making Devin Hester go deep.
That
could put a little pressure.
He doesn't scare me as a receiver,
right,
as a punt returner or kick returner. Yeah, but as a receiver, he still doesn't scare me. I mean, they've done that with him as a receiver the last 3-4 years, and he just doesn't seem to make those tough plays when he's lined up outside. He just doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like, whether they can run the ball or not, whether teams can run the ball or not, or I just think whoever makes the least amount of mistakes is going to win the game. I mean, I think Peppers, he definitely has to have a big game. Green Bay has more weapons on defense as far as like impact players like Clay Matthews, Charles Woodson, even B.J. Rahi, and Tremont Williams. It's like the Bears, they got Peppers and they got Lance Briggs and Urlacher, but they got a.
Boy, Tommy Harris been balling lately. That's kind of like he back to normal again.
Yeah, he's looked solid. But I mean, to me, it's like whatever quarterback makes the fewest amount of mistakes is going to win. That team's going to win the game, regardless of whether they're moving down the field or not.
All right. Well, I think the Packers by 3 in this one. Who you guys got?
I'm taking Green Bay because I trust Aaron Rodgers more than I trust Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
That's why I'm taking Green Bay.
Yeah.
I can argue that.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go with Green Bay by 3. 'Cause, yeah, like I said, I just don't trust Jay Cutler in the moment. I think he might make a boneheaded mistake, or he might miss a read and throw a pick.
All right. The next one is the AFC Championship, Jets at Pittsburgh. This is a rematch, but from back in Week 15. The Jets won 22-17. In case you guys don't remember, that was a huge game for the Jets because at that point they had lost 2 in a row. They came off of that butt beaten by the Patriots, and then they lost to Chicago a week after that. And they had went like 3 games without a touchdown, and then they broke loose against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh though was out Troy Polamalu and 2 starters on the O-line, but. That game came down to the last second drive. Sanchez led them. So, what do you guys? What's going to be the key in this battle this week?
Well, one key here is Brad Smith. He has to, he definitely has to play this game because he was a big key in that the game they won in the regular season.
Oh yeah. That was the difference in the game, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because that messes up their Wildcat.
You look at the numbers. Pittsburgh really pretty much dominated them up down the field. They just couldn't put the ball in the end zone that game.
Yeah.
But that was the difference with that punt return by Brad Smith, really.
Yeah, they need to. You know, they need to stick with the run game. They're going to struggle with it. And yeah, of course, that game they didn't have Troy Polamalu, which is obvious. But yeah, this is going to be a close game. And you know, the biggest key to me in this game is really Mike Wallace, his deep threat ability, because the Patriots didn't have anybody like that, so they're able to, you know, have that scheme against the Patriots. They're not going to be able to play that same scheme against the Steelers only because of Mike Wallace. If they can somehow injure him, if he gets hurt or something, that'll definitely increase their chances. But
I kind of agree with you off of that though, because last game the Ravens did a good job of keeping Wallace in check, but the other Steelers rookies stepped up. I can't remember those guys' names, but those two guys stepped up. I think you might look for them to the same situation again, because I think Revis and Kermody would be on Wallace and Hines Ward, and then I think one of those other two rookies need to step up. I think that might be key too.
yeah, that's true. And yeah, this is kind of a hard game to call, but I mean, you gotta, you know, my head tells me probably Pittsburgh, only because they're at home. You definitely got the more reliable quarterback in this game.
But think about this: if they just win, they would have won in Indianapolis, beat Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
When in New England, they beat
on the road 3 straight games.
Patriots.
Brady,
Yeah.
beat the Patriots, and then go into Pittsburgh and beat Roethlisberger. That's Roethlisberger got 2 rings, Brady got 3, Manning got 1.
One, yeah.
I mean that I can't think of a more difficult way to get into the Super Bowl
Path, yeah.
if they get there. And
Well, Colts weren't. The Colts were beat up, but I see what you're saying, like respectability wise, as far as quarterbacks go. But like the Colts weren't nearly, you know what I'm saying, what they once were, and like the Patriots, they're 14-2, so you gotta give them credit for that. But I don't know. It's like we saw what it was on defense, but yeah, and the Steelers are actually what they are. But I got a big question mark with the Jets, because they've had at least 2 games where they've kind of just been blanked out, and they didn't really I don't know. It's like they had problems on offense, and then and even though it's the first game of the season, it's like when they played Baltimore, it's like we all knew they was gonna have trouble, and it's like I kind of think I don't know. I just think they might get shut out. To be honest, they might just.
I think San Antonio Holmes. I think he'll definitely step up. I think.
Oh yeah, he's coming back. Yeah.
And Steelers, they still got them offensive line issues still.
yeah,
they got guys.
I was just about to mention that they had their last game to move a guard to tackle. All 4 of the tackles got hurt.
Oh yeah.
And if the Jets can put pressure on Roethlisberger the way they did on Brady, which was a problem for them prior coming in. I think Jason Taylor's a key guy. He has to get pressure.
Akron's finest.
He's from Pittsburgh too.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's from Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in Pittsburgh.
I think they're gonna blitz more. They didn't blitz. They probably blitzed it all against the Colts. They blitzed a little more against the Patriots. I think they're gonna blitz even a little more against the Steelers. I think you got to, because as great as Roethlisberger is, he's still prone to making a lot of mistakes. They're gonna have to try to force him to make some mistakes.
What do you think? What impact do you think Mendenhall is gonna have though? Because he ain't the same no more. He is terrible as he was. We used to talk about him.
They've had to keep that in check. Bart Scott talked all that junk after the game, so he's gonna have to help keep him in check.
Well, the other question, can they just count on Sanchez all game, because the running game's not gonna be there. As soon as they gonna let you run on them, you can forget about that.
Yeah, I mean he had a pretty decent game against them last. But I mean Polamalu wasn't playing that last game, so I guess that'll be interesting to see how he reacts. So.
My gut is telling me the Jets.
Yeah.
Just because I got feeling it's their year, but I got Pittsburgh. I took Pittsburgh by 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Pittsburgh by 3.
I'm actually, I'm actually gonna take I'm gonna take the Jets by 7.
Gee, that's a big surprise.
No, I mean,
Regardless, whether you hate the Steelers or not, that's a big surprise. You going against the Steelers.
yeah, I mean, I just think, I mean, to me, it's amazing the Steelers has been able to get as far as they've gotten now.
It's amazing the Jets have been able to get this far.
You know?
They could have easily lost to the Colts that game. You know, like they outplayed New England straight up, but the Colts game that could have went either way. If Caldwell hadn't called his 2 timeout, and if they would have if Indianapolis ran some more time with the clock before they scored, who knows?
Yeah.
They might not even won that game. So
Yeah, I mean, that's possible, but I think the Jets had a better team than the Colts.
oh yeah, they do, but they still could have lost that game
Yeah,
easily.
they could have. I mean, they could have lost, but
But think about this: we just get there and Packers Packers get there. You had 2 6 seeds in the Super Bowl.
hey, the way this season, I mean, you had a 7-9 team as hosting the damn NFC Championship game, so
Almost, yeah.
it was just been a crazy season. So why not?
Yeah. Well, that's a good way to end. It's a crazy season. So I guess we'll call it a show. Thank everybody for coming out once again. The website is a little bit behind right now because I don't know what's going on with the web, what they call it, the web
Web
domain.
hosting.
Web hosting. I've been trying to upload files and update it, and it's just keep freezing on me. So, but I sent the email out to everybody with the results, so it is in the email. And we'll see everybody next week, and we'll preview the Super Bowl, and then we'll probably announce where we, what we may do if we have a Super Bowl party or something, and where we announce the dinner. Every year we have a dinner for the winner, so we'll announce that depending on who wins. Most likely it'll be Guy, so most likely we'll have a dinner probably somewhere on the east side of Cleveland. So because he lives out in Painesville, so we don't want him to drive way too far. So, yeah, once again, thank everybody for coming out, and we'll see everybody next week.